All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are once again going to be covering the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. And once again, if you guys would like to support the channel more and become members, be sure to hit that join button. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, July 30th, aka our first padded practice, man. And we have a lot to talk about as it is currently happening as we speak. But unfortunately, I have to go to work soon, and so I can't cover everything that's going to come out. But, I'll probably end up making a video later tonight. But for now, we can talk about some of the stories that have been happening. And I wanted to start it off with this, man, because this guy, Payton Wilson, is a dog. You can see by this, just by this quote, shout out to 93.7 The Fan. Also, shout out to all the people who are currently there at the Steelers training camp right now who are giving us this footage and whatnot. Obviously, I'm not there. And so having these guys out there, man, it really helps out a lot for the channel and for everybody else, for all the fans out there. But yo, listen to Payton Wilson right now.
I'm a linebacker, so Tuesday is going to be a lot more fun than these past 4 days for me. I just can't wait to put on the pads and play ball. These are I call them underwear practices, just
underwear practices.
A little bit fake. Coach Tomlin says it all the time. It's not football, it's football-like. So Tuesday
it's football-like.
So we'll be able to see who can play and see who can continue to show out.
Jeez Louise, man. Payton Wilson, bro. I talked about him being my favorite draft pick, and it's the more this guy talks, it's does he not bleed black and gold? Was he not made to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, man? We've seen him flying around. We've seen him going crazy already in these underwear practices, in these football-light practices, man. And now we got the pads on, and I'm sure he's going to be out here. I'm sure he's going to be laying the hit stick in, a way that's safe for both sides, because, we don't want to hurt the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're on the same team. But at the same time, too, sometimes you just got to unleash, man. Sometimes you got to pop out and you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to pop, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Payton Wilson, man. I know he's ready to go. I'm ready to go. We're all ready to go. And something, too, I wanted to start it out with that because, it sets the tone. It sets the mood for our first padded practice. But we also have some footage of big Russell Wilson, man. Russell Wilson padded up. He's returned to practice. Now, I don't know. Him and Justin Fields right now, they're kind of sharing the splits right now in terms of the first team reps. Of course, Russell Wilson is our first team quarterback, but due to the injury, due to the hamstring injury, and just due to the, I want to say, familiarity Justin Fields has been building with the team, you couldn't just instantly relegate him. You got to ease Russell Wilson back in. You got to ease Mr. Unlimited, the danger, which you got to ease number 3 back into the process. And so Russell Wilson, he is back. He is, doing his thing. And I'm sure as the week goes on, we will see more footage from Russell Wilson. We will see more throws. We will see more things. And maybe even as today goes on, but I just know right now they're kind of splitting it up. Same thing still with Justin Fields getting a lot of reps. Russell Wilson easing his way back into it. And Justin Fields too, I want to say, yeah, both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields took first team reps in walkthrough. And Justin Fields, we talked about aura, man. Every day, every time I make a video, man, I talk about aura. Justin Fields letting the braids out on him, man. That's what I said, man. What did I say? Sometimes you gotta pop out of, Russell Wilson coming back. Fuck it, I'm taking the braids out, son. If you think, because all right, and I've talked about this numerous times. I don't want to create the controversy here, but it just is what it is. This is the situation that we found ourselves in. There is a real chance for Justin Fields to be able to show his stuff, show his worth. Maybe, just maybe, make this a competition. And as I've been saying, Justin Fields has been playing really, really well. And I have some throws up here that eventually I'll show, just from Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? He has been playing really well. And I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't think it's going to be a controversy, but it's as it goes on, as he plays well and whatnot, it's why not? Why not? Why can't Justin Fields win this job that, of course, Russell Wilson, he's on pole position, as Mike Tomlin put it. But, with this play, with the, kind of injuries that have happened, why can't Justin Fields earn this job, earn this position? He's played well so far. There's still some growing pains, still some growing room for him, which is why, the good plan is to have Russell Wilson really start it out. But Justin Fields, man, don't sleep on Justin Fields winning this job, bro. That's all I'm going to say. Don't sleep on it, man. Because, you've seen he took out the braids. He's ready to go. I'm ready to go. Russell Wilson, bro, it's an injury, so you can't really say much about it, but it's just man, Justin Fields is out here, son. And I love both of these guys. I love Justin and I love Russ. honestly, whichever one wins, whichever one is my quarterback, and whichever one is my backup is my backup. We are just in a great position in Pittsburgh right now. Despite what all of these people say about us, despite what all of the haters say about us, we are in a great position right now because we have two quarterbacks who we can root for. And I know there's people out there, oh, if you have two quarterbacks, you really don't have one. You guys are idiots, okay? You guys are idiots because iron sharpens iron. Competition is brewing. That is the perfect, because we had it. Remember last season when we didn't have any competition because it was Kenny Pickett and like Mitchell Trubisky is ass. Mason Rudolph is ass light, as Payton Wilson called it, football light. Mason Rudolph is ass light, not too much on Mason Rudolph. But he's kind of ass light. And so Kenny Pickett just unopposed, unappeased, even in his rookie season, like where he kind of had to sit out for a little bit. But bro, it was just Mitch Trubisky. Like he had to sit it out off the strength of like, okay, you got to earn it. We see fucking, Troy Fatanu out there not starting exactly because Big Dan Moore. We seen Broderick Jones not starting exactly because of Big Dan Moore. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a team where you got to earn it, right? And so, like we have two quarterbacks, man, and one of them is going to get this job. And at the end of the day, based on what we've seen, because Russell Wilson has been hurt and Justin Fields has been able to come in, someone is going to have to earn that shit, man. And so we will see who ends up earning it. But yeah, like I said, like Justin Fields, seeing him in the number 2 and then Russ in the number 3. It's like not to get too crazy, man, but you put two pictures up and it's like, man, who you voting for? I don't know what to. You ever seen that? It's like a meme with like the two buttons and it's like the guy looking all worried. He's like, which one do I press? Like that's me right now trying to figure out this quarterback situation, bro. Because it's just amazing, man. And every day I wake up and I'm blessed. I wake up, I thank God that we have Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. I swear to God that I thank God over this. And I'm not trying to be offensive. So like if that's offensive to you, I'm just kidding. If it's not offensive to you, I'm not kidding. Type shit. Anyway, what else do we have? Oh my goodness. All right, we got to get to the meat and potato of things. I forgot I was gonna have to talk about this for a second, but. Nick Farbaugh tweeted this. Hey, the Steelers just installed a jet sweep. And you guys know, I understand this might cause some PTSD for the folks out there. When I first saw this, it caused me some PTSD. You guys can kind of see where it's going to. Like, man, we use that jet sweep. And, the whole story with Matt Canada is how ass his offense was, how we couldn't do anything. All he was a jet sweep merchant. We were jet sweeping on 3rd and long, like just and going nowhere, mind you. Just absolutely unbelievable stuff, right? And so, that jet sweep, it does work in the NFL. It does work for other teams. And so you can't just completely abandon it. But we're in the situation to where we hear jet sweep. And we get flashbacks. We just get flashbacks. I don't want to get too crazy, but we get flashbacks to some traumatic experiences similar to other people who be getting flashbacks to traumatic experiences. It's the same kind of vibe to me. I'm not the other people who get flashbacks and other things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not those people, but I imagine what they be going through. When they come back from wherever they were, what they be going through. I imagine it's the same thing as reading. We just use a jet sweep, and then you remember. The dark ages. You remember the Kenny Pickett, the Matt Canada. You remember it, the Mason Rudolph. You remember it. Fucking even Big Ben was out there using jet sweeps. Like, are you kidding me right now? And so we used the jet sweep, right? And, we used a jet sweep, and then we got this. Steelers wide receiver Roman Wilson left practice after being tackled on a jet sweep in 7 shots. Not quite sure what the injury might have been. Trainer looking at the hip/back, etc. All the injuries will be triggered from hearing jet sweep, as if all of the other 31 teams don't use it. Look at this, the uppity injury. He's trying to defend it. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, I mentioned other teams use the jet sweep. I get it. Like, I'm joking right now. Other teams do use the jet sweep. But I'm telling you, man, when you get those chills and we see Roman Wilson, hopefully it's not too serious. And I have another video up here showing you pretty much he got carted off. Now, I don't know, we're going to have to see what this actual injury is. We're going to have to see the actual, logistics of it and the facts about it. But obviously the guy is hurt. But, him getting carted off, I don't want it to be, I might be speaking out of my ass right now. Like, this dude's leg might just be snapped in half. I fucking hope not, but, like, I'm not trying to be insensitive. But what I will say is in training camp processes, right, using the cart is, like, it's more of a thing, because there's no reason to have these guys walk around when we're on, this kind of training camp facility, when we're on this kind of field. Like, we have access to these carts. You know what I'm saying? It's not like in an NFL game or whatever where like we really don't want to have to use the cart unless we have to, because it's like intrusive on the game. It's intrusive on the experience. We have a time slot. We have the 1 p.m. time slot, and at 4:25 other games are going live. And so we, if we don't need to use the cart, we're not going to use the cart. But in a situation like this, in practice, in a closed environment where we have carts everywhere, you might as well go get the fucking cart. You know what I'm saying? And so seeing the cart here, it might not be the craziest thing. Hopefully, because Roman Wilson, we've been praying, we've been hoping, he's been looking really good in practice. Hopefully, man, this guy is okay and it's not too serious. But man, we gotta absolutely dump that fucking jet sweep out of the playbook, bro. Arthur Smith, I get it. Other teams do be using it. Maybe other teams have success with it. But in the situation that we're in, this is a bad one. What more do you need, bro? What more do you need to understand that we really do not need to have this jet sweep anywhere near our playbook? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just tear it up. Literally tear the page up. We just don't need it. There's absolutely no reason for us to use the jet sweep anymore, especially given what just happened to Roman Wilson. Once again, we pray. Once again, we hope. Once again, just all the best for Russ, or for what did I call him Russell Wilson? I mean Roman Wilson. If I called him Russell Wilson, I'm sorry, but Roman Wilson. We hope the best for Roman Wilson, of course. But yeah, like just absolutely a crazy story in 3 parts. We saw the jet sweep. Roman Wilson gets hurt. He's carted off the jet sweep, bro. This is just absolutely ridiculous, man. But yeah, the most important thing, of course, is, hopefully Roman Wilson is okay. We seen not last season, but 2 seasons ago, where Calvin Austin was kind of killing training camp, and then he ended up getting hurt and had to miss the next same season. Hopefully this isn't like, a similar thing. I guess we'll have to wait and see as time goes forward. As I mentioned too, like, shit is happening right now as we speak. Like, as we speak, these guys are like in fucking pads and hitting each other. You know what I mean? So like more could come out. And, I just won't know until maybe even like a little later on in the video, or a different video tonight that I end up doing. But yeah, all the best to Roman Wilson. Hopefully things are okay. Next, what we got to talk about, though, we talked about Calvin Austin just now and how his injury happened. Look at this route by Calvin Austin, man. Look at this catch. Oh my God, and look at the ball. I believe that is Beanie Bishop in coverage. He's probably going to be our slot corner. He's been getting the first string slot corner reps. But Calvin Austin, the speedster. Calvin Austin, the route runner. Calvin Austin, the inspirational. Calvin Austin, the great one. Calvin Austin, the final boss. Calvin Austin, 1-9. Calvin Austin, the guy. Calvin Austin, we don't need to draft Jordan Addison. Calvin Austin, we don't need Brandon Ayuk. Calvin Austin, we don't need another wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say about Calvin Austin. And when I see plays like this, and I want to, like, who the hell threw this ball, man? Was it Justin Fields? Was it Kyle Allen? Was it Ben DiNucci? Was it Russell Wilson? Because, man, what a perfect throw. What a perfect throw and grab. And then Calvin Austin in a real game situation. Oh, my God, the crowd's yelling. But in a real game situation, I guess, maybe there would be a safety there or what. But, Calvin Austin, he's getting that, and he's taking the fuck off. This is a touchdown. For sure this is a touchdown, because Calvin Austin, he's the speedster. And I'm not going to lie, too, with him being a speedster, this is pretty good coverage to me. This is pretty good coverage. Obviously, there's some space letting off because the guy is so fast, and because, the route it kind of takes, so he kind of cuts up, and then it looks like he's going to the sideline, and then he cuts it back up. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to guard that. It's really hard to guard that, especially with someone as fast as Calvin Austin. We get it. But this to me is pretty good coverage, relatively good coverage, and hopefully in an NFL situation or in like a game situation, he has some help over the top. That's Beanie Bishop. And then looking at the offense, Calvin Austin, man, like fuck that. You take advantage of what you got, man. You take advantage of the one-on-one coverage. You got to show out. Sometimes you got to pop out, and you know what I'm saying? That's the theme of this. This might be the title. Sometimes you got to pop out, man, because Calvin Austin, I was sleeping on Calvin Austin. I've admitted it. I've said it numerous times. I wanted Jordan Addison. I thought we needed a receiver. I made video after video talking about we need to trade for Brandon Ayuk. It is what it is. But when I see Calvin Austin make plays like this, when I see Calvin Austin, the guy, man, it just makes me hopeful. It makes me, it makes me excited. It gets me thinking, man, like imagine Calvin Austin. By the way, Calvin Austin caught our last touchdown. Caught our last touchdown in the playoffs last year. The last touchdown we scored, it was Calvin Austin, man. And so I'm sure he's going to be looking to build upon that this upcoming season. And he's having a great training camp. But once again, too, I need to ring up the phone. I need to call Mike Tomlin, who, by the way, Mike Tomlin wearing black today as opposed to the white. Maybe it's because, it was the first padded practice, but, Mike Tomlin, just the guy. The story was he was wearing white. Now he's back in black. But I might have to call Mike Tomlin and ask him who threw this ball, because whoever threw this ball is our starting quarterback. Whether that's Kyle Allen, Ben DiNucci, Russell Wilson, or Justin Fields, whoever threw it, that should be our starting quarterback. Because once again, just an absolutely excellent throw out of whoever the fuck that was, and a great catch and route by Calvin Austin, of course. Next up, man, George Pickens versus JPJ. Now, this is not the exact play that I want to show, because if you guys hadn't heard, apparently George Pickens had an insane one-handed touchdown against Joey Porter Jr. today. And the moment I get my hands on that footage, I am blasting it, man. I gotta see. I wasn't able to find it. Obviously, I don't think this was the play. But you can see, first of all, look at the route running by George Pickens, man. Like, let's look at the footwork real quick. Let's zoom in on the footwork. You see, he pop out, right? He sets his feet, and then, he fakes it to the outside. You see Joey Porter, man, we fuck with Joey Porter Jr. Let's get a gunshot for Joey Porter Jr. Great cover, but you see, he's backpedaling. You see it. George Pickens, he's taking all this criticism. He's just a deep threat. He can't run routes. We need to get another wide receiver because George Pickens, he can't do that. Man, he has Joey Porter Jr. fighting for his life right now. He really does, and George Pickens, man, he cuts it inside. He makes a strong catch. catch, a strong throw, and look how he pops back up, man. Look how he pops back up. Garrett Wilson on the Jets. I'm looking at you, buddy. I'm looking at you, buddy, because for 2 to 3 seasons now, I've been telling people, yo, Garrett Wilson, he's great. He's that first-round pick. Cool, whatever. Like, he gets all this hype. But George Pickens is better than you, bro. He really is. And if he's not, Garrett Wilson, if you see this, I'm a Steelers fan. I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe he is. But, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm a rep for my guy. And George Pickens, he doesn't get nearly the credit that he deserves. George Pickens, the 83 overall in Madden after putting up 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns with Kenny Pickett as his quarterback. But Zay Flowers with the MVP and a star-studded defense and this and that. And then, all this other crazy stuff about the Ravens. He gets to be an 85 with less stats in every single other department. But, it's whatever. George Pickens, people are sleeping on George Pickens. And we love George Pickens. And so, seeing a play like this, seeing his ability is second to none. Whenever George Pickens catches the ball, I can feel myself gaining lifespan. I can literally feel myself getting 7 years. It's like, you guys ever seen Death Note when this is a crazy, absolutely insane subtopic. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely insane cutaway. But we're here. I don't know how long we are in the video, but if you guys are still here, you'll watch. You guys ever seen Death Note? And you can get the, the Shinigami eyes, and you can see other people's lifespan. When I see George Pickens catch the ball, bro, it's like I have the Shinigami eyes, and I can see 11 wins, 12 wins, 13 wins, 14 wins, AFC Championship, Super Bowl, 7th Lombardi. Every single time I see George Pickens catch the ball, bro, that's the feeling I get, man. And George Pickens, he's just inspirational. George Pickens, the best wide receiver in the NFL. George Pickens, my guy. George Pickens is the best number 14 wide receiver to ever live. And that's including the other number 14 wide receivers in the NFL right now. It's just beautiful to see, man. It's inspirational, man. Next up, Cameron Hayward, bro. This is from, I want to say 2 days ago, but Cameron Hayward, someone who I haven't talked about, but I made a lot of videos on when his, contract negotiation thing was happening. This guy, Cameron Hayward, is a legend, bro. And it hasn't been talked about in a little bit because we kind of moved past the whole contract situation of, him trying to get a new deal and whatnot. And maybe he wasn't worth it. But let's not forget, man. Let's not forget. And you got to remind people, let's not forget. I seen a lot of people talking crazy about Cameron Hayward, man. I really did. I seen a lot of Steelers fans talking crazy about Cameron Hayward. And you guys were like, oh, we need to cut him. We need to release him because we need to free up cap space. Like, for what? What are we freeing up cap space for that we got to get rid of Cameron Hayward, bro? Are you serious? You Steelers fans who said that shit, those Steelers fans who commented that shit with your real profile picture, your real family in the background, your real, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is actually you, like your whole face, and you're talking about, yo, we need to get rid of Cameron Hayward. We need to get rid of Cameron. You should be ashamed of yourself. You really should be ashamed of yourself because that's nasty, and you can't call yourself a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and you're saying that. I get it. We got to be smart with money. I get it. Sometimes we got to move on from players, but we don't got to slander the man on the way out, and he might not even be on the way out. The guy gets hurt, and all of a sudden he's washed up. But before he got hurt, when he got this crazy contract that people are shitting on now, he was literally the best at his position. And I've said this over and over and over again, so I don't want to rehash it, but it brought, when I seen this video, it brought back yo, remember 2-3 months ago when we were talking about Cameron Hayward, and there were people like, man, he sucks, he's washed up, he's done. Look how fast this guy is moving right now, man. Is that Tyreek Hill or Cameron Hayward? I can't even fucking tell. It's early in the morning. I had a long night. I understand. Maybe my eyes are bugging, but there's a real chance that's Tyreek Hill right now out there wearing 97 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And what's funny about Cameron Hayward and Tyreek Hill, just to tie it all back, both of them trying to get a new contract. And what's crazy about, all of that? Both of them still got a lot of money left on the table trying to get a new contract. Oh, I missed the gun. That would have been so. I missed the gunshot, though. I got it late. Whatever, man. But Cameron Hayward, he's inspirational. That's my guy, Cam. Darn it, and the last thing, maybe not the last thing, because I'm going to hit the home button, because as I mentioned, shit is popping off right now. I'm going to hit the home button, and maybe we fuck around and catch some more stuff to talk about. But the last thing that I had up, at the beginning, was Darnell Washington was just swatting linebackers to the side and back on backers. Not even sweating, bro. And this is what we talk. This dude, Darnell Washington, man, he is just an absolute X factor for us. Because not only is he a 6th offensive lineman, not only is he a tight end, but this guy, he is a basketball player, man. He is a 7-foot giant. He is, you ever seen, that first down marker? I don't know how tall these shits are. Maybe they're not that tall, but let's be honest, they be pulling out the chains and the sticks, and it's oh, is it a first down? Those things, that is literally Darnell Washington, man. It's just absolutely crazy that we cannot find, we haven't been able to find this guy in the red zone. We haven't been able to get him as many touchdowns as I wanted to. I'm hoping Arthur Smith can, kind of, tight end his way into getting Darnell Washington some touchdowns, because he deserves it. And his talent level speaks for itself. This guy, he's him, bro. He really is him. And then in the same time, too, like, you got to reward people who are blocking this good with some action, you know? Like, offensive linemen, of course, you know, sometimes we'll do that little play action and, like, remember, what's his name? Alejandro Villanueva fucking around and caught some touchdowns before. Like, sometimes this is defensive side of the ball, but J.J. Watt even caught some touchdowns before. When defensive linemen, when they get an interception, they get that, you know, touchdown, whatever, cool. We got to reward the people who are doing the dirty work for us with touchdowns when we can. You know, Darnell Washington, he loves blocking. It's his thing. But I'm sure he would love to catch some touchdowns too. And he has all of the ability to do so. And so we really should reward him more with more passes and more touchdown opportunities and more playmaking opportunities if he is going to be laying down the wood, pause, like he has been doing. But yeah, you know, Darnell Washington, he's inspirational. All these players are inspirational. As I mentioned, it is happening right now. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit this home button. And, you know, sometimes Twitter is crazy. So whatever pops up, it should all be Steelers stuff, man. But, you know, just saying. I don't know what the hell is going to pop up right now because Twitter is crazy. But I'm going to hit this home button and see if there's some more stuff for us to talk about. Not the For You page. Troy Fautanu kicks out an edge rusher in the offensive zone and Ward chugs right behind him for 12 yards, man. Shout out to Troy Fautanu. Troy Fautanu just stood up with TJ Watt in the first rep. Second rep, Watt tries to beat him around with a speed rush, but Fautanu gets to a spot and runs it right around the... Oh my God! Do you see Troy Fautanu fucking dominating TJ Watt out there? That is our first round pick. And we got Darnell Washington. We just talked about this. Darnell Washington makes a nice catch versus Patrick Queen in 11v11. Good to see. We got Elon Musk out here. We'll just go ahead and skip that. Justin Fields has been darn impressive today. My goodness. This is what I'm talking about, man. Is Justin Fields going to win this job, bro? Is he really going to do it? More Fields on wheels on Tuesday. Oh, my God. We got to get this video going, man. Look at Justin Fields out there. Oh, my God. He's gone. He's gone. Oh, my God. Look at the speed. Look at the ferocity. Nobody can catch him, man. That is a gain of what? 100 yards right there? That's a touchdown right there. Justin Fields, he's just able to move around with it. He's just able to move in the pocket, move outside of the pocket, man. He's him. What else do we got? Russell Wilson went 4 for 4 in his 7-on-7 reps. Limited, but getting closer and looking solid, man. You know, this is what I'm saying. We got Russell Wilson with 6 for 6. Wait, 6 for 6, 4. I'm like, who is right, man? Maybe Nick Farabaugh got to this tweet early. But Brooke Pryor, so Russell Wilson with 6 for 6 in 7-on-7, including a 25-yard-ish dish to Connor Hayward that drew cheers from the crowd. Wilson took first 4 reps, followed by 4 to Fields. Wilson then took last 2 reps. Each quarterback completed all of thetheir attempts. Field had a nice deep ball over the middle to Scotty Miller, man. I've seen enough Russ wins, bro. That's just, I don't know, but it seems like we have a quarterback, man. It really does seem like we have a quarterback battle, man. It really does seem like that. Is there anything else that we can talk about before I get out of here, man? You know, we talked about this, the Roman Wilson. We got to hope big prayers up to him. We got to hope he comes back. Watching O-line versus D-line 1v1, Troy Fautanu had several reps versus TJ Watt, and he held his own. Good hand fighting and center of direction. Control of direction? COD, Call of Duty, man. I'm going to say that's center of direction, man. If that's not right, then let me know. But that's what I think it is. Anyways, guys, I think this is going to do it for me for this video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. I probably am going to end up making a video tonight as, you know, the camp and the practice kind of ends and we get more, you know, footage from it. If I see that George Pickens one, like somebody out there was recorded. Listen, man, this is Zaya from Zaya&TheSteelers. I need you to post that video, man, so we can get our shit off and we can talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Because George Pickens is that guy. Joey Porter Jr., I'm sure, did his best, but sometimes, like, good offense is going to beat good defense, and especially in the 2024 NFL year. Like, good offense is going to beat good defense. You know what I'm saying? It happens, right? So it's no slander to Joey Porter Jr. It's just more about we need to see the inspiration that is George Pickens. But like I said, that's going to do it for me. So, you know, hit that subscribe button. Hit that join button if you want to support the channel more. But anyways, we got a 10-hour workday ahead of us. Fucking wish me luck. I wish you guys luck with your day. Anyways, prayers up for Roman Wilson. Peace out, guys. See you in the next video.